Hey guys, I hope you liked that video about traits. I thought it was pretty cool. So just to review, a trait is a specific feature that makes you, you. So for instance, I've got my kids over here, my son and my daughter, and they have a lot of traits in common, but obviously a lot of traits that are different. So a trait could be something about your physical appearance, like your eye color or hair color. Could be an ability, something that you can do, or something that your cells can do, like being able to break down certain types of food for energy. It could also have to do with behavior, like whether you're calm or whether you're super hyper. Now, the traits that we can see are due to the shape and function of proteins. So proteins are kind of the big actors in our cells, and they're going to be in charge basically for doing everything that leads to the traits that we have. So we've learned a bit about proteins before, but let's review. Some of the jobs of proteins are that they give shape and structure to your cells and tissues. So like your nerve cells are super long and skinny, but your skin cells are more square. The shape of the cells and thus the functions that they can do, that's all due to proteins. Proteins can make pigments, so for eye color, hair color, skin color, hormones that control your behaviors or help with your digestive system, things like that, and other important molecules. Proteins can assist with chemical reactions, and this is kind of the big one that we're talking about today. So these proteins are called enzymes. That word enzyme is just a fancy word that means protein that's helping with a chemical reaction. So they have a really specific job that's really important in your body. And proteins pretty much perform all the actions in your cells. So they're the worker bees. And every protein has a specific job. So there's one type of protein that maybe breaks down sugar in your stomach. And if you need a different sugar broken down, you're going to need a different protein that can do that. So a closer look at enzymes. An enzyme, again, is a protein that makes a chemical reaction happen. So maybe it's a reaction that wouldn't happen if you don't have that enzyme, or it could be that the enzyme's just speeding it up, making it happen faster. Either of those things could be true. So here is a cartoon image of an enzyme. It's just a protein. It's a big complex thing, but it has special sites on it called active sites, and that's where all the magic happens. So here, this is a substrate, which is anything that's going to basically be changed by this enzyme. It's going to come in and it's going to bind to it. And then the substrate might be two different things that are going to get put together. So that's what's happening if we go this direction. Two different substrates bind. The enzyme is going to chemically bond them together, and then they're going to leave as one single molecule. There could also be enzymes that go the other way and take a molecule, like maybe a food molecule, and bind to it, and then break it apart and release it as two separate molecules. So we are going to do an activity next that gets you a little bit more familiar with enzymes. So go ahead and grab one of these packets. Hopefully you already have your note-taking guide and you've been taking notes on it. You're going to continue using that for this enzyme activity. So in this little baggie, you've got some big green shapes. They all say E and a number. So this is one of your enzymes. Right here, this little notch is the active site. That's where a substrate is going to bind. And a substrate could be a sugar, it could be another protein, it could be any type of molecule. So for instance, these little orange things, these are all substrates. This one is S6, so S for substrate, and then a number. And then your job is going to be to figure out which substrates fit in which enzymes. Obviously this one doesn't. Square peg, round hole, not going to fit. So try to find the substrates that fit with each enzyme and mark it down on your data table. So that's just kind of an activity that illustrates how each enzyme only makes one specific chemical reaction happen. It only does one thing, and it's not going to bind with anything else. It's not going to make any different reactions happen. They're very specific. So go ahead and have fun with that enzyme activity, and I will see you next time.